Hello everyone, my name is Rick Malava. My nickname in the Simply Maya forums is CTB Ram. One of the users in the forum is trying to do a linear fall off to take the face of a cylinder here and move it up so that it matches this angle. I say linear fall off because if you were to try to take and rotate this face about this axis, you would also rotate these vertices along this plane such that they were no longer in line with the edges that run down the length of the cylinder. So what we're doing here is a linear fall off. Unfortunately, Maya doesn't have any tools built in to help you do this, as some other 3D modeling applications do have. But we can still achieve the same effect using a couple of different approaches. The first approach I'm going to use is Maya is not a CAD program. That's what everybody needs to really drill into their heads. It's not a precision CAD program. And generally what is close enough is good enough in Maya. So I'm going to show you a quick way to do this without worrying about, absolutely ensuring that this is completely planar, but for the most part you'll never be able to detect it in your model. And so what I'm going to do is come over here, and I'm going to create a polygon cylinder. Right, I'm just going to draw it out really quickly, put it at the origin, and I'm going to set the number of divisions to 12, and I'm going to get rid of the end caps just for now. Don't need them. Now from the side view, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to create an EP curve tool, curve with just 2 points, and I'm just going to pick any 2 arbitrary points. And then I'm going to center the pivot on that, and I'm going to snap it to either the front or the back vert here. I don't really care which. Right? By holding the middle mouse button down and the V key, I'm snapping to this vertex right there. Alright, now since this is centered, I can hit the R key and I can rotate this edge to whatever angle I want. So you get the angle that you like. And then I'm going to get rid of this grid because it's just clutter, and now I've got a reference for an angle and this face, and I can come in here and just pick these verts and very quickly just eyeball them to match this curve. My mouse has been very, very fidgety lately. If I just breathe, it goes strange. But you see how quickly I can do that. And now all I have to do is this face is no longer planar, so I'm going to need to split it across here. And there you go. And for all intensive purposes, this will be undetectable. The fact that we know for a fact that there's no way that I got these vertices exactly on this line. If I come in here, in fact, and I zoom really, really close. Oh, gee whiz, I did better than I thought. Well, you can see right here it's a little bit off. So you see, that doesn't match quite perfectly there. So I could come in here and just pull it down a little bit. But you'd never detect that slight deviation in your model. So that's one way that you can create this this shape. Now another method that I'm going to show here, I'm going to hit Z just to go back a couple steps, and I'm going to use a method that Dave Rave suggested here, which is to use the cut faces tool. I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can do it using this method and get a little bit more control. And you can actually also get a little better guarantee that the face you're going to rotate up is going to be planar. So to do this, let me jump out of selection mode there, component mode, go back into object mode. I'm going to select that face and I'm just going to extrude it up. And then what I'm going to do is from a side view, and this is kind of Dave's suggestion here, is you can kind of get in really close, really close, and then in object mode go to, I'm holding the shift button, by the way, the shift and the right mouse button, and then I'm going to cut faces, and I'm going to go to options. Now by default the options are going to be an interactive selection, and if I come here and I say now enter a cut, I can sort of eyeball where that's at, create the angle I want the cut to be at. Oh, I hit a face selected. I just cut through a face there. Sorry about that. Once again, let's go to the side view. And let's try that again now with the object itself selected. and just put the angle I want it to be at. It helps if I... Sorry. Let's go back to the side view again. That time I didn't have the face selected, or the object selected. Now I got everything. I've got the object selected. Get close to that point as you can. Put the cut in, and oh my god, we finally did it. Okay, so let's zoom back out. Now what you can do is just delete the faces you don't need. Right? Fix the fact that as hard as we tried, I know I didn't get right on this vert. So if I select this vert, I'm going to have 3 vertices here. And if you look in our object, our menu, I do in fact have 3 vertices there. Now they're going to be close enough so that I can just go in here and say, just merge all those verts to a single point. Just average them to wherever the center is. Remember to do the same thing on that side. And now I just have 1 vert at those spots. Come in here, select this edge, fill the hole. Come over here. Do a split because this face is no longer planar. Split it, and now we've got a planar face here and a planar face here, and or at least something close enough that Maya will never notice is not planar. So that's the other way that you can do it. And then I'm going to show you another way that you can do this and get even more precise control over the angle that you cut through there. I'm going to go back to this point, and instead of cutting interactively through it, I'm going to cut through the XZ plane and hit apply. And when I do that, you see a cutter appears, and it's in the XZ plane, and I can move wherever I want that cut to be, up and down in the XZ plane. But in addition to that, I can also control the angle of the cutting plane once I have it here. So let's start out by getting it as close as possible to the to match the, let's go to the side view here, and get it as close as possible to match the top of the right there. That's pretty close. Right? Go back to perspective mode, come back out so we can see what we got here. And then if I go to its options, you see the cut plane rotate along X is at 90. If I select that label and then holding the right or the middle mouse button down and then scrubbing left and right, you can see I can change that angle. Right? And not only can I change the angle, but I can actually precisely control what the angle is. For instance, if I wanted this to be a 25-degree angle, 90 minus 25 is going to be, what, 75. So if I put negative 75 in here, oops, minus 75 in there, that's exactly a 25-degree angle now. And then it's the same procedure from this point out. I just take the faces I don't want, delete them. Once again, come in here and select these vertices, and hard as I tried, I still didn't get right on that vertex. I have 3 verts selected here. And what I can really do is just select all of those verts and just merge them, and if they're close enough, their thresholds, they'll merge, and now I only have 2 verts selected. Right? So there we go, that got all that fixed. And then now just come in here, pick this edge, do a fill hole, go to your split polygon tool, and split across here to here. Boom. Then come over and get rid of the edges we don't need. That edge, and this edge, and delete edge. And there you go. The same result, but now we know that this angle is exactly 25 degrees. So, my name is Rick Malava. Once again, my nickname in the Simply Maya forums is CTB Ram. I hope you found this little video tip helpful, and good luck in your project.